Alright, what it do with your boy Daffy, and today we're here with another versus video. So as you can see from the title and the thumbnail alone, we're going to be talking about Tengen Uzui versus Kyojuro Rengoku. I do think in the main series, I would have loved to see an all-out brawl between the Hashira and see who came out on top. Obviously, it probably would have been Gyome, but I mean, I really would have liked to see what the other Hashira could do. I would have wanted to see how they would react to each other, how they would counter each other. I think it would have been interesting. So just to get it out of the way, the Hashira in Demon Slayer are the highest ranking combatants in the Demon Slayer Corps. They are the essentially kind of like the Elite Four, or like they're kind of like Hokage in a sense. They're all different styles, and they all represent different emotions and all that good stuff. So yeah, they're actually just really cool. I really enjoy the Hashira. As far as Tengen Uzui goes, he was born into a ninja clan with multiple siblings, but unfortunately they all died except his brother. And his brother kind of went down a dark path, and so he decided he didn't want to be like him, and so he ended up having 3 wives and kind of just doing his own thing and joining the Demon Slayer Corps. Tengen fought against number 6 of the 12 Demon Moons, or the 12 Kizuki rather, and after being nearly killed with Tanjiro's help, he and Tanjiro were able to defeat Gyutaro and Daki, along with the help of Inosuke as well as Zenitsu. Kyojuro Rengoku fought against Akaza at the end of the Mugen Train arc, and unfortunately he was killed before he, according to Akaza, reached his full potential. I actually really think that would have been interesting to see him at his full potential. I really think that would have been crazy to see a full power Rengoku. Both of these fighters I would definitely say are weaker than some of the other Hashira we see later on in the series, such as the Stone Hashira or the Wind Hashira, but isn't some super large gap if we're not counting the mark. Both fighters are insanely talented and offer much to the overall story in their own way, but I want to sit and discuss who I think would win in a fight between the both of them. So starting off, Tengen was pretty underrated prior to the anime's adaptation of the Entertainment District arc. He was getting shit on in online discussions. Like, people even now still say he's pretty ass compared to the other Hashira, which isn't true at all. In terms of strength, Tengen falls right at number 2 behind Gyome. Right here we can see a chart of the Hashiras in an arm wrestling contest. At number 1 you have Himejima or Gyome. Number 2 you have Tengen. Number 3 you have Rengoku. Number 4 you have the Wind Hashira. Number 5 you have, Giyu. Number 6 Kanronji. And then, yeah, whatever, you get it. Now, you can see that it says Gyome is insanely strong, almost scary strong, and then Uzui falls at really strong. But then there's a gap. Then you have the strong people. And then Tokito is just normal, He fought him, and then he swung his sword at him with his fucking fingertips, dude. Like, dude, how crazy that is? His fingertips, bro. People don't get it. Tengen is a monster, bro. Bro, these big-ass motherfucking swords, and he swung it with his, bro. And then this is the most damning piece of evidence, I think, in this entire discussion. We have a list of the fastest running Hashira. At number 1, you have Tengen. At number 2, you have the Wind Hashira, Sanemi. Number 3, you have Gyome. Number 4, you have Shinobu, which, I mean, sure, whatever. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. And then number 5, you have Rengoku. Now, granted, even if you don't think that Rengoku falls at number 5, the fact that there is a 1 to 5 gap between him and Tengen in terms of speed, Tengen straight up looked like he teleported when Tanjiro was going for a headbutt on him, even though he caught Sanemi with the same headbutt, and he is the second fastest in this chart. Do you know how crazy that is? Tengen is a freak. Dude, he came in and sliced Daki's head off before she even knew it. Tengen's crazy, dude. Like, oh my god, people underrate Tengen so much. I don't understand it. I really don't. Bro, Igoro is ass. Even with his mark, Igoro is dog shit. I'm sorry. I don't like Igoro. I'm sorry. He's so dog shit. Like, this entire list is also kind of funny because you have Tokito below Shinobu in terms of running speed. This is kind of weird. Like, it says he's hiding his strength, but I don't like, this is just weird. This is really weird. But yeah, Tengen is slept on for some reason. His skill and battle IQ are insanely high. He has a sort of echolocation ability where he essentially kind of used it to assess how many individuals were in a building using only his hearing, and his musical score technique is absolutely nothing to be trifled with. It's unknown how long he needs to complete this technique, but once it's complete, he becomes a different beast entirely. The musical score technique essentially allows Tengen to view his opponent's movements and rhythms as musical notes that he can read. Tengen basically analyzes his opponent's moves and begins to see them as sheet music, as when he started a 4 count against Gyutaro. If Tengen had gotten a mark like the other hashira later on in the series, he probably would have been, I don't want to say at the top, but he probably would have been top 3, top 4, probably. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, Kyojuro is crazy as well. He was shown to run at a speed comparable to a fucking train! Now, this isn't directly stated, but if we're going off what the anime showed, he looked pretty goddamn fast. Like, he was on a train track and you know, the imagery. He isn't slow by any means either, as he was able to stop Akaza from straight up killing Tanjiro when he first laid eyes on him. Kyojuro gave Akaza a hell of a fight, but in the manga it was actually a pretty low diff in Akaza's favor. The anime spiced a lot of things up, but Akaza never really saw Kyojuro as much of a threat compared to when he realized something was up with Tanjiro in the Infinity Castle. Akaza was enjoying their fight and tried his hardest to convert Kyojuro to the dark side, but Kyojuro refused and almost killed him. Kyojuro is so strong that he flexed his solar plexus so hard Akaza couldn't pull his arm out, and he almost cut his head off too. Like, Kyojuro is a beast, but he's not stronger than Tengen, from what we see. Now for the actual matchup. A lot of people are gonna hate this, but I actually do think Rengoku's a bit overrated in online discussions. From what we have gone over, Tengen is faster than Kyojuro, stronger than him, which is craziness. And I would argue a more technical fighter. Kyojuro has great perception, but he doesn't have Uzui's echolocation-like ability or poison resistance. Uzui fought heavily nerfed, and I mean heavily nerfed against Gyutaro, and with one hand! And he still got high diffed. He still lost, technically, but it wasn't like a wash or anything. Tengen literally stopped his own heart so he could like have the poison just like not kill him. Gyutaro was actually stunned for how long Tengen was on his feet for. Like, it's craziness. A lot of people misunderstand this scene with Tengen talking to Rengoku and think that Tengen was accurate in his assessment that he was weaker than Rengoku, even though we were shown his flashback that he had self-worth issues and that he thought Rengoku was a better person than he was, and that kind of bled into him thinking that he thought Rengoku was better than him in every single way. Even Rengoku, in his flashback, told him that his way with the sword was amazing. You could argue that Kyojuro has more raw skill than Tengen in terms of sword techniques, but I really don't see how that puts him at a serious edge over Tengen, if any at all. Akaza would probably kill Tengen if we're being completely honest, but I actually do think it would be a very high diff compared to Rengoku. I don't really know if Rengoku could do anything against Gyutaro, because if Gyutaro, who nearly speed blitzed Tengen, by the way, when he came out of daki, got a cut on him, I mean, it's raps for Rengoku. Rengoku doesn't have any poison resistance whatsoever. I mean, he could try his total concentration breathing, but I don't think that's gonna help him. I don't. So, yeah, if we're going off of everything I just said, Tengen wins. But yeah, I think Tengen's pretty underrated. Honestly, man, I would love to see a fight between them, but yeah, I really don't see, like, one thing people gotta understand, like, if this is just like a raw, like, one-on-one fight, no swords, Tengen would beat the holy shit out of Rengoku. But in a fight like this, I actually think Tengen would probably high diff Rengoku. I think it'd be an interesting fight. I don't think it would be like a wash or anything, but I probably would put on Tengen, especially if he gets his musical score technique. I don't know. Like, people talk about Rengoku's speed feat, like when it's outright stated that Tengen is faster than that, dude, it gets a little more crazy, you know? But yeah, that's actually about it, guys. I really don't have that much to say. Yeah, I apologize for my last versus video. There were some inconsistencies there and, you know, some wrong verbiage that I used, so I do apologize. I will be doing better moving forward. But other than that, guys, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching these versus battles. If you want more, please let me know. If you have any ideas for any versus battles or anything, please also let me know in the comments. And yeah, that's about actually all I have time for today. Thank you guys so much. Wonderful rest of your week. Peace.